Hello, my most amazing artists. Today we're going to create snowmen, but we're not going to do it the usual way. We're going to do it with the inspiration of artist Mondrian. Piet Mondrian created a style of abstract art built solely on geometry and color. You can see here that we're going to be using the colors that are considered primary colors, blue, yellow, and red, but we're going to be using the space white and also some black lines to help us with our picture. You will need paper, crayons, a black crayon, and or markers. So today we're going to be using some vertical lines, horizontal lines, square and rectangular shapes, just like you see here, in order to create our snowmen. We're also going to restrict our colors to black, white, yellow, red, and blue. So let's talk about these primary colors for just a minute. The primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, are the colors that help create all of the other secondary and tertiary colors. Now, we're going to begin with shape, line, and these colors in order to create a really fantastic snowman. All right, so to begin, choose a black marker or a black crayon. We're going to draw our lines in our composition first. So either one is perfectly acceptable. So now we're going to start with our snowman. So normally you would think of three circle shapes, three snowballs, but we're going to actually create, remember, squares and rectangles. So decide what your bottom shape is going to be, a gigantic square or a gigantic rectangle. Great. Once you have your base, now we're going to add a few lines because line is extremely important in a Mondrian style painting. So I'm going to create a few lines. I'm going to start one right here. Now yours can be a little different than mine, of course. You can create your lines however you desire. I'm just going to give you some examples of how you can create some shapes, the same type of shapes that Mondrian might choose to do. So now I'm also going to divide this box into two. You can do it a variety of ways. I'm just going to make mine right there. And while I'm here, I'm going to note that this line is going to be a little bit thicker. So I might add another layer just by tracing it yet again. And over here, I'm just going to color in this line to make it a really nice thick black line. All right, so now that's my bottom box. Now I'm going to make a medium-sized box. So I'm going to do this one right above. And I didn't need to make the bottom because I have already had that line there. So now I'm just going to, again, add some lines that will help divide my space into rectangles and or squares. So if I wanted some squares, I'm just going to divide that one up, maybe put another little square down here. And again, I'm going to create some thicker lines in my work just by adding some extra emphasis and retracing my lines. Great. Now the last square is kind of the most important one, or I should say second to last. We're still going to create one more tiny one on the top, but this one here is going to be our snowman's face. So I do want to be a little bit careful about how I place some of my shapes. So I'm going to create one rectangle line like that. And then I'm going to make what will be my nose. So I'm going to keep these two close together, knowing that that's going to be my carrot nose. And maybe my line over here for a mouth. And then I might even make some larger size black lines right in there for my eyes. Great. Now for my last shape that I'm going to create, I'm going to use this horizontal line. This one is going to extend a little bit beyond, and I'm going to put a small square on top, which of course I'm going to color in my black top hat. So now I'm just going to see, do I want any other boxes black? Maybe I'll do this one black as well. And now I'm going to think about the rest of my design. So maybe I want to add some snow in the background. I can definitely do that. And we'll talk about some snowflakes. If you wanted to use snowflakes, you could align an X and then draw a little line through it. So here's a couple of different ways. You can make snowflakes an X with a line going across. So this is just helping my composition. Oh, and don't forget your snowman's arms. So you might want to make one arm going up maybe this arm going down. Notice we're keeping them nice and vertical, horizontal. All right, now let's work on adding the color. We're talking about primary colors. So we're using only red, yellow, and blue, although I'm going to make one tiny exception, and that's going to be for the orange carrot nose I talked about. So let's go ahead there, and that will help to give it a little snowman spin. So I'm just going to color that first. Now I'm going to make my red, yellow, and blue squares. You can pretty much choose whatever square you want to fill in whichever color you want. It's really just a puzzle of colors now. So I might fill in this one with red. Maybe this little guy with red too. That looks like, and there's an awful lot of white and black, and that's okay. That's something that Mondrian would like to endorse. So here we go. I'm going to make some yellow over here. Maybe another spot of yellow down here. And some blue. Remember, my primary colors are what I'm really working on today. So maybe a blue square here, maybe another square of blue here. And I'm thinking I might even want another black line over here maybe. And I might add some red down here so I have all the colors. Red, yellow, and blue, the primary colors that really can create all other colors. So my friends, a simple yet easy way to create a Mondrian style snowman. I hope you had a great time, and I look forward to making more art with you. Keep on creating.